Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask An Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I'm gonna tell y'all, cause I roll with y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me yesterday. I'm always talking to y'all about the strange things that happen when you're a priestess. So this is one of the things that happens a lot, but it was really, really, really profound, right? All right, so yesterday, I had gotten the message the night before that I needed to do my own cards. Now, I do cards every day, but most of the time not my own. I'm always reading somebody else and telling them things about themselves. But every so often the spirits will be like, you need to do your cards. I got something to tell you. So, I'll sit and do them. So they told me, pull some cards tomorrow as I was going to sleep. I was like, okay. So it was the 11th. So I said, okay. Next day I woke up and I pulled the card that said manifest miracles from Mother Mary. I have the Mother Mary Oracle. Some of y'all remember I showed you the Mother Mary deck. So the card said manifest miracles. I'm like, ooh, miracles, that's what's up. So I said, I'm going to read this when I finish working because I was in the middle of teaching my class. So I, in between classes, had pulled the card. And then I put it in the book and said, I'm going to read the interpretation later. Because these cards have an interpretation specific for each card. So when I was done, I sat there, I opened my book up. And, I told you guys that I wasn't sure if I was going to manifest a relationship or not. Because what happened was, I was sure. And then I started rolling with y'all. And being an Ask An Aquarius really made me wonder, like, do I really want to manifest a life partner or a relationship? Because it seemed to me like my chart and typical Aquarius period do better by themselves. I'm like, I do way better by myself. And based on my chart, looking at all my placements, all that air and fire, I'm like, I got the chart of a single woman. I might as well just embrace it. So I started to think like, well, maybe I'm not going to manifest somebody. Maybe I need to just stop trying to go against my Aquarian nature and just let myself roll out, So I was starting to think that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for the universe to tell me. So I told you guys also I had built a love altar. But I stopped building it. I wasn't done. I needed a couple more pieces for it, and I just kind of stopped. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wait for the universe to tell me, should I do this or should I just be Aquarius, So I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. I'm waiting for a sign. It's been months. I done, took my soulmate class. I had the altar was still half done. I took a Buddhism communication class. I had read A Return to Love, and I was still doing the intellectual work, but I wasn't doing no spiritual, nothing else. I was just like, I'm going to just wait. It's been months of that. So yesterday when I pulled that card, I looked at the interpretation when I finished working, and it said, you are being guided to a soulmate or to a sacred relationship. That's what it said. And I was like, my whole face just dropped, y'all. I was like, shit. That's the answer. And then it said at the bottom of it, will you accept? ? And that's the thing about the universe. The universe always gives you free will. So I was sitting there looking and I was like, if this is where I'm being guided, I'm always obedient. I'm always obedient. When spirit tell me to do something, I do it. I don't even question it no more. Because in the very beginning, I used to always question, spirit, why I gotta do this? Why should I do that? And they always was patient with me, gave me a good reason. It always worked out for my better. And over the years, and mind you, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been learning about magic. I initiated when I was like 28, 29 years old. I've been doing this for a long time. So I stopped asking after a while because it was always in my best interest. It was always the right thing to do. They always had my back. God has always guided me. Half of the time, she guided me in a better direction than I could even think of myself, So I just stopped asking. So when I read it, I was like, shit. Like, I tell you honestly, everything in me just dropped. Because I realized in that instant that I was starting to get the inclination that I didn't have to do this. That I could stay by myself and just help other people and, you know, live my life. Maybe my daughter would have some kids. I could have some grandkids one day and I could just be cool, you know? And when I saw that and then it said, will you accept? I was like, damn. So everybody knows that, you know, Mary is beloved here in Central America and amongst the Catholics. Mother Mary is loved in a lot of circles, as a matter of fact. She's seen like, you know, the Catholic goddess, basically, you know. And when I went to Medellin in September, I found a statue for Mary. It's not that big. It's like 14 inches high, made out of clay. And it says Our Lady of Guadalupe. And she's brown skinned and beautiful and has this gold halo around her. And I put it on my altar because, you know, I'm here, I'm in Latin America, and this is her domain, you know. So I give much respect. So I put her on my altar when I built the main altar. And she's there, Buddha's there, Kuan Yin's there, all the Egyptian gods and goddesses are there, you know, all the energies that I work with, you know, Ganesha, you know, they're all Shiva represented, you know, they're all represented Bast, they're all represented on one of the two altars. So, you know, so I'm like, okay, Mary, you know, this was the Mother Mary card that I was reading. I was like, okay, Mary. And it said, will you accept? And I was like, you know, yes, yeah. I'm always obedient. I'll never tell you no. Yes, I accept. And I accepted, but I was like I was deflated, like, damn. Like, damn, you know? And then I went to my romance cards and I said, well, let me pull some romance cards. I pulled the soulmate card. And I'm like, not only are you sending me a sacred relationship, it's a soulmate vibration. And y'all know how I feel about them soulmates. They either life lessons or life partners, and they're so intense. I was looking for just a regular old life partner, you know, at the most. So it's a soulmate vibration, and it comes in a sacred relationship. And I was like, so I finished what I was doing. I ate my dinner. I went in my room. I'm sipping rum. I'm listening to music on my phone. And I cried like a baby. I cried, y'all. I cried for hours. I cried because I ain't want to do it, but I knew I needed to. I knew saying no was not the smart thing to do. I knew it was best for my soul's evolution. I knew. I cried because I didn't want to hurt again, you know, like I was before. That situation with Voldemort kept coming up in my soul, and I was like, I do never want to be there again. And I just cried because I was like, I knew I had to go back to that vulnerable. The way I was vulnerable with Voldemort, which I had promised myself I'd never be that vulnerable again. I know that's where I have to go to get to a sacred relationship. You can't fall in love seriously if you won't get vulnerable. And I see this all the time with my clients. They'll come to me and say, I want to find love. They'll ask me for love spells. They'll ask me for love crystals, love charms. I'll give them all of that. And they'll never take the time to just open their heart. They'll never take the time to open their heart. And when they do meet somebody, they don't want to get vulnerable. And they just never fall in love because of it. And I'll keep telling them and telling them and telling them. And they just don't do it. So I knew it meant I had to go back to that level of vulnerability. Not that level of naivety. Not that level of negativity either. But that level of vulnerability. And I hadn't planned on that. I had planned on a nice little life partner. We can make nice, you know. But I hadn't planned on being that naked. Soul naked with another person. Hadn't planned on it. And I knew from what Mary said that that's what it was. So as I sat there, I took a picture of the Mary statue and I posted it on my Facebook page. And I said something about it. I don't know what I said about it. And I think I posted the card that she gave me. And I was talking about what I'm talking to you guys about. And one of my friends said, oh my God, today is the feast day of the Virgin of Guadalupe. And I was like, what? So I got off my butt and I gave Mary a blue candle for her feast day. And I smiled to myself and I said, so you promised me a sacred relationship, a soulmate, on your feast day. So you're giving me a gift on your feast day. And I bust out laughing. I went between crying and laughing. I bust out laughing at that point. And I was like, God has got jokes. You know, God has got jokes. I laughed. I laughed so hard, y'all. And I was like, this is amazing. So those are the kind of signs and synchronicities I'll be talking to you guys about. You know, it just so happened I pulled the Mary card. It just so happened I posted the picture of her. It just so happened it's her feast day, you know. So I went between crying and laughing for the rest of the night. And I just told him, like, you know, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Always. That's always what I say. Thy will be done. You know, and I'm just like, Mary, I accept what you want to bring to my heart. And what do you want me to do? And she told me to finish my altar, finish my love altar, and prepare myself mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally to receive this sacred relationship. So, guys, apparently, eventually, I will be with another soulmate. Ain't that some shit? But I'm going to prepare myself to think positively. I'm going to prepare myself, you know, in every way I can. I'm reading every book I can get. I'm taking every class I can get. So by the time this actually happens, I don't know when it's going to happen. It could happen tomorrow for all I know. I don't know. It could be 20 years. I don't know. But by the time it actually happens, I'm going to be ready. You know, before this, I was kind of bullshitting. I was doing the intellectual work, but I was really only doing it to say I did it, you know? Like, I did try to find a soulmate. I tried to find a life partner, you know? But the truth is that I was doing the intellectual work, but I wasn't certain about the other work. I wasn't certain if I wanted to do it or not. So now I know what's coming. I don't even have to do any manifesting, just finish the altar and get myself ready, was what she said. So I wanted to tell you guys first because I wanted you to know where I was at. And some of you probably are going to come to this space eventually. So when you come to this space, you know what to do. And I also wanted you guys to know that if you want to fall in love, you have to heal yourself and you have to get vulnerable again at some point. But what I honestly believe is that it won't happen until you're ready. So I've done a lot of work to get to where I'm at now. And when I came to Costa Rica over a year ago, I had told you guys in another video that I wanted to be the best version of myself. And one of the things that meant was healing my heart chakra, because I felt like my heart chakra wasn't as open as it could be. And I felt like I could be less quick to anger. You know, I wanted to be the best version of myself. So I've been working on myself for a long time. And this is, I guess, where that goes. So, yeah, that's the news, guys. That's what's going on. And I don't know what else to say. All praise to the Virgin. All praise to Mother Mary. Thank you, Mother Goddess. It is always the Mother Goddess and the Father Goddess too. Both principles. It is the Mother and Father Goddess that keep me and hold me and guide me. See you later.